Hi everyone, so today we are going to talk about the library numpy. So the numpy, the library, contains all of the things that you can think of for mathematical calculation. So if you want to do some mathematical calculation, you can always use numpy. For example, like summation, difference, and signs, exponential, and present value, net present value, all those things. So let's check the official website of numpy first. So you can Google numpy here and here. So you can enter the official website of numpy, and we can find document here and quick start tutorial. So if you want to learn more things about numpy, you can always read through the tutorial, and do these things one by one to enhance your understanding of numpy later. So I will have a brief introduction for numpy today. So first, if you want to use numpy, you must import numpy as np here. So import numpy as np. Let's run the lines. So now I have imported numpy, and numpy is based on matrix, or you can say a vector, and this is used by initialize matrix with this argument numpy.np.array. So in the first part, I have defined 4 matrices. So let's run the lines here. So A will be a vector that contains 4 items, and A1 is a matrix which is a 1 by 4 matrix. So if you want to define a 1 by 4 matrix, you should write something like that. So use a list contain a list to define a 1 by 4, to define this column matrix. And if you want to define a column matrix, you should write something like that. So there's list inside list, but this list will be a little bit shorter. So this is how you define the matrix with different dimensions. And also I have one examples for define a square matrix. This a list inside. So the trick is that if you see how many lists you use, how many embedded lists you use. So this number will be in how many which dimension of the matrix. So this is one trick, but if you don't understand it, it's totally fine, because normally we will use 2-dimensional matrix in numpy, especially for finance students. So and then is the metric computation. So I will just introduce two functions here. So let's run these lines. So there's one is summation, so it's np.sum, and if you get a summation of the vector, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's 10. And another function which for finance student, which is often used by finance student, is the differential. It can be used to calculate the return, right? To calculate the return from stocks. So np.differential, the differences, DIFF, is always used by finance student. And then there's some math functions, those are the np.science and np.exponential. So we can get, it shows the element-wise mathematical functions to all of the element in A. And there's several finance functions which is provided by numpy. There's like present value and net present value and others. So if you want to, like for example, if you have some need to do a mathematical calculation, you can always do something like you can search for numpy, and then with your mathematical calculation, like for example exponential, then you get a web page in the document which is specific each parameter of these functions. So there's x output where, and you can see you can find examples in the document of numpy. Well, thank you very much. This is for today's tutorial which introduced numpy for you.